There we are. Okay. Right. What the hell am I doing? What does that do?
The mustache comb to tame unruly knots. The train still hasn't left. Wax to preserve the perfect symmetry of the mustache. The finest of curling irons for the mustache.
Oh, no. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I thought there might be a... You need to do this. Go to the dining card. I should go to the dining card and have breakfast. That seems like what we should be doing. Yay! So... Do we shut the door? No, we do not care about the door. Let's go and find the dining room then. Have some breakfast.
This delay is intolerable. I am supposed to be demonstrating the Firenze in Paris in 2 days.
Ah, your electric car. Yes, that's bad luck.
Bad luck? If I miss that demonstration, I'll be in deep trouble.
Just text your people in Paris and warn them.
Of course I tried that, but there is no network service in these mountains.
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just sit on the train until I got to Paris. And now we may be here for days, and my boat sails the day after tomorrow. How am I going to catch it now? I can't even send an email to cancel it. I'm just too mad to talk about it.
My colleagues were to meet me in Paris. They will wonder what has happened to me. I can get no words to them. What will they think? We have refugees to help.
I think the restaurant is... There we go.
How long are we expected to be stranded here?
It won't do much good complaining to me. That fellow there with the moustache, he may know something.
Everyone has moustaches.
Yes?
Monsieur Bouc asks for you to join him in compartment 203.
Look here, Poirot. Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you the snow, it will not move aside on its own.
Of course. But you obviously have some influence with Bouc.
I am going to see him now. I will ask him if he has any information.
Go. Alright. Okay. 203.
Mademoiselle, you are not concerned about the train stopping?
What can one do?
Indeed, this does not make the train move. You have great strength to remain calm at a time like this.
I know one far, far stronger than I.
And that is?
Well, that old lady, for instance. You have probably noticed her. She just has to lift her little finger and ask for something in a polite voice, and the whole train runs.
It runs also for my friend Monsieur Bouc. But that is because he
Monsieur
is a
Bouc.
director of the line, not because he has a masterful character.
You don't have to have a strong will when you have power. But I suspect I did not need to tell you that, Mr.
Poirot.
Mr. Poirot.
.203 has got to be somewhere around here. 205. 204. He's even stood there. That's even better.
My good friend, come in. We have need of you.
What has occurred?
A passenger lies dead in his bed, stabbed.
A passenger? Which passenger?
In there. He's an American, a man called Ratchet. It was his valet, Masterman, who was worried that Mr. Ratchet was not awake yet. Pierre Michel, the conductor, decided to break in and found the body.
I see. Well, my friend, I think it is best not to touch anything and wait for the police to arrive.
Oh, I tried to call the police, but there is no cell tower for many kilometers. We could be stuck in the snow for hours. The murderer is with us. On the train, now! The sooner we catch him, the sooner we'll be out of danger. The Dr. Constantine is already examining the body.
Mon ami, this is not a missing train ticket. We must follow procedure. We must wait for the police to secure the crime scene.
Please, Poirot. I will take full responsibility.
Book, you ask. Well, if we cannot contact the outside world, then... Oh, you are going to drive me crazy. In truth, this problem intrigues me. I was reflecting not half an hour ago that many hours of boredom lay ahead whilst we are stuck here. And now, a problem lies ready to my hand.
You accept, then?
C'est entendu. You place the matter in my hands.
Analyze the crime scene. Okay.
Mr. Poirot, I am Dr. Constantine.
Forgive me, Doctor. You are a medical examiner?
No, but I have assisted in post-mortems at Nairobi Hospital, where I am a teaching fellow.
I am familiar with your excellent institution.
I do not intend to perform a full autopsy, but a preliminary examination should be of some use.
Of course. May I have a look? Then we can compare notes.
Please, if you need any help, I won't be far away.
That was easy.
I forgot you to do that.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but I must question you.
Of course. I must be considered under suspicion like everyone else.
May I know your movements last night?
I share compartment 101 with Mr. Book. He would not stop talking about his beloved train. I listened to him for hours talking about his Orient Express.
My friend Book will no doubt confirm this. Did you know the victim?
Not at all. I noticed him last night at dinner, but I did not pay much attention.
Did you touch anything in here this morning?
I checked for a pulse. There was none. Rigor mortis had commenced. The body was cool to the touch. I touched nothing else.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He died from multiple stab wounds of varying angles and depth. More than one would have been fatal. I would place the time of death roughly between midnight and 2 a.m. With more time, I hope I can be more precise.
I assume the open window complicates matters.
Indeed. Conditions are not perfect.
I assume the open...
Indeed.
Thank you for your help, Doctor. I wonder what could be in this photo.
Bunny rabbit. Oh no, it's a cat, isn't it?
I wonder what could be in this photo.
Oh, I can any move it? Oh, rotate it is okay. I'm going to assume that at the moment. Okay. I'm going to put that there at the moment. Ah! For Daisy.
For Daisy. Interesting. That's the right answer.
Oh, we've done that. Open the safe. No. Bunny rabbit.
Not exactly the reading material one would expect of a man like Ratchet.
Alice is walking in the forest for 1,000 flowers. Alice is walking in the forest of 1,000 flowers. She picked 10 flowers to make a bouquet. Suddenly the bouquet turned into a butterfly, and the flowers and the ground began to multiply. There was twice as many. Alice arrived in front of a door that asked her, "If you're going to get out of the forest, you must tell me how many flowers are left in the forest." So, 1,000 flowers took 10. That's 990. 990 times 2 is 1880? $19.80. $18.80, yeah, I think. Oh, 1880. Where's that safe? Is it 1980?
Not very surprising. Not very surprising.
Okay. Call Cairo, check carpet delivery, Orient Express, call DC. Debrief with H. Arrived, event, okay. Can you move anything in there? No, so then just go to here.
Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep. I'll take photos. A meeting place on the back of a postcard. Someone with the initials A.W.
For each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm. Your death is near, you will never forget.
Unusual letter, this.
Anything else I can check?
Expensive clothing, recently laundered. can the killer have gone? The snow is falling only lightly this morning. The murderer would have left tracks in the snow if he had jumped out the window. The chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel told me that he broke the chain on the door to get into the room.
Get the time of death from the watch, don't we?
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside.
Smashed.
This phone was deliberately smashed. This phone was deliberately
Exotic vape.
Did it belong to Ratchet?
It's a H.
A handkerchief. There's a letter H embroidered on it. The watch is broken. The hands are stopped at 1:15 a.m. One would expect that to be the time when the attack occurred.
As you see, the victim has been stabbed many times. Several alone would have been fatal.
Yes, I agree. An attack most savage.
I will, of course, prepare a complete report on my findings.
Thank you.
We've got Tixie, Tixie, Tixie. To emphasise something, I know. It's 14 out of 17, eh? 3 items to look at. Into that. What's that? Sleeping
Box
pills.
of sleeping pills. This door communicates with compartment 204.
Oh, so
The
he
latch
legged
is
it.
open on this side. This door
Hmm. Ah, the murderer's way out. Set of 2 elements that reveal the most likely way the murderer exited the ratchet room. We have the connecting door is not latched. Hey? I thought I'd just done that. What? So 2 elements that reveal the most likely. Okay. The murderer was able to get through the connecting door because it was not latched.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
So 2 elements that reveal the most likely way to exit the room. Well,
I must admit I'm not right this time.
two elements that reveal the slightly way the murderer exited from.
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
The window is open. Oh right, just ways they could do it. Oh okay, that makes okay a little bit more sense, but that's not how they did it. Okay, so it's right.
So, the murderer must have exited through Madame Hubbard's room. My little grey cells did not let me down.
I didn't get a magnifique because I didn't understand that. Okay. 16 of 7. So there's still something in here that I've not spotted.
I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
I know. There's something I have not. Ah, there it is. What is you? Unfired pistol, safety off.
Last night, Monsieur Ratchet said he takes precautions. I see now what he meant. He knew he was in danger and wanted to be ready, yet it was no use to him. I will leave it here for the police.
Okay. So I did all of that. I don't know anything about that. We can't. That's what the connecting door mystery is. This is Hubber's room. Okay. So it's serious to help uncover what happened the night of the murder. Oh, no. Let's do...
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. I do not think that's the right answer. No, not good. I can't imagine Ratchet taking a sleeping pill if he feared for his life. Et voilà.
Oh, I don't know.
No, not good.
Okay.
My little gray cells did not let me down. Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. That was easy.
Wasn't. As advised, I should have known it, would I not? Okay, so I need to interrogate Ratchet's valet and his secretary, and I need to interrogate Mr. Michel and Mrs. Hubbard.
I think I've seen everything I need at the moment. I am counting on you to finish your analysis.
I'll have a more detailed report for you as soon as I can.
Alright, what do I do now? That was just to look at, so now I need to go find people, don't I?
So, Poirot, did you find anything out?
It's a bit early for the handcuffs, my friend. Even for Hercule Poirot. Do not worry, mon ami. I believe our culprit has no plans to strike again. Monsieur Ratchet was the target. Of that I am convinced. Tell me, Book, how did you spend last night?
This is a joke, I hope. Don't you trust your old friend?
My friend, calm yourself. I must hear your story in order to corroborate other accounts.
Ah, naturally. Let me see. I went to my compartment after dinner. Dr. Constantine was already there. We talked about his career. He's a Cambridge man, you know. After university, he returned to his country and has done much good there. He was so interested in the Orient Express. I told him all the anecdotes I know. I'm not certain when we fell asleep, but it was very late.
Here is what I have found out. Monsieur Ratchet was stabbed many times. I also found threatening letters in his safe. He had a loaded gun under his pillow, so he was on guard, ready to defend himself. However, there was an empty glass with white residue at the bottom. I suspect a barbiturate. Perhaps he was forced to take it. In any case, I am certain he was unconscious, unable to defend himself. I also found several other items at the crime scene, possibly related to the murder. They must be investigated.
By all means, Poirot. As fast as you can.
I also found liquid for an electronic cigarette, but I could not find a vape. This might belong to the murderer.
This criminal is an amateur.
Well, we don't know that.
I need a list of the passengers with their compartment numbers.
Pierre Michel will have it.
I must interview the rest of the passengers and the staff.
I'll be in the bar car if you need me. We are hours late. Soon I hope help will arrive.
I'm going to go grab Michelle then, because he is literally behind me. See? Where's the... There's my list of passengers. Okay, so... Let's go into... He was watching the corridor, and that means he is behind me. Wait, I thought... I know, I think they're just... Can I zoom out? Oh, I can. Oh, that's quite cool. Oh, okay. Switch mystery. Oh, okay.
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
He's from Calais. He looks older than 57. He's not a cook or a valet.
That's the right answer. Can you provide me with a listing of the passengers and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Arache is 203. Hubbard 204. Okay. Where am I? I'm not on the list. Why am I not on the list? Interesting. Number of places. There's a H, isn't there? Indigard. Hector McQueen. Hubbard. Toby Harris. Come in. That is some random banging from my neighbour.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No. Tobacco only.
It's not good for your health.
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman. And then his secretary, the young American gentleman. Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last time you saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
Where were you at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car, facing up the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hubbard. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
What is the last station where we stopped?
Vinkovsky.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
12:10 a.m. Okay. Oh. I don't think that's right.
Admit I'm not right this time.
I should have been listening to him.
What is the last station where we stopped?
Vinkovsky.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
12:10. 12:10. We left. That has to be that. So if he is smoking on there, he has to be there. Train is struck. Mr. Ratchet is killed at 1:15, so that must go there. Yeah.
Et voilà.
So unfortunately 105 to 120 is when that happened. Okay. Let me go find Mrs. Hubbard. Let's go and find Mrs. Hubbard in 204. Which is there. And pay attention because you're going to have to put one of those things
Good
back
morning,
together.
madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my God! I knew it! I knew it!
I would like to ask you some questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes, you must.
Right, she sounded American, to be honest. Sorry, love. I've got you at 37. Don't think you're housewife?
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
She's not a maid or a controller, is she? You're not 60, are you? Oh, graphics, come on.
That was easy.
There are 3 items to potentially find inside her room. Right, well, you gotta look at the door.
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment. It was latched on this side. The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
Not sure that that is what we wanted. No, don't. I've already done that. Can we look at ourselves? Oh, you handsome devil, you. What else is kicking off around here? That's a button.
Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Okay. Text verse. Ah, moustache.
Another golden moustache to treasure.
I've got 3 or 3? No. That is the only thing left.
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment. It was latched on this side. Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. "Come in," I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the other compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
How is it you didn't bolt the door between the two compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Olsen, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:45 p.m. She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old." It shocked her. She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Poor girl, she didn't have a good night.
The same could be said
So
for
we've got to look at
Monsieur
the toiletry
Ratchet.
bag.
It
which we
appears
do now.
Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive.
We play the toiletry bag scene.
Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
Okay.
I found a jacket button on your table. It looks like it belongs to a train employee. The button bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Well, of course, the conductor came in last night, but he didn't go near that table.
Still, it's a safe bet that it belongs to the conductor. I'll check his jacket later, to be sure. I have not finished inspecting your room. If you don't mind,
See, I reckon now we can look at her travel bag.
let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door. This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toiletry bag. I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Still got something missing.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
Are you sure everything you've told me is accurate, Madame Hubbard?
Of course. I have an excellent memory.
Mrs. Hubbard, I tested putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me. From your bed, you can easily see the latch on the door. The toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her. Thank you for your assistance, madame.
How's that complete? What was the last one? So 2 elements that help deduce how the killer avoid being seen.
I must admit I'm not right this time. This is wrong.
No.
But I'm never far from the
How the
truth.
killer avoid? Select 2 elements to help deduce how the killer avoided being seen by Mr. Michel. Well, he wasn't at his post.
I do not think that's the right answer.
Could it be that and that?
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
So 2 elements that help deduce how the killer avoided. Well, he's not at his post.
No, not good.
Okay, what's the hint? So it's not his post between 1 and 120. Okay. Good.
While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauchet in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen. My little grey cells did not let me down. This appears to be a good lead. According to the information I have, this is a
Geez,
solid
sketchy.
choice.
Okay. Okay. What they have to do is (102), 103. Oh, okay.
I found a button from an Orient Express staff jacket. Did you lose one by any chance?
No, monsieur. As you can see, I have all my buttons. It is not mine.
So does that finish that? So 103. 102 and 103. Let's go and see them. What do the other things do? Let's quit that. What does that button do? Okay.
I believe I am addressing Monsieur Hector McQueen.
Guilty as charged.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, sorry. Just an expression. My father used to say it.
You must have had an interesting childhood. I am Hercule Poirot.
No need to be modest. You're a detective.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's secretary?
I am Mr. Ratchet's secretary. Just over a year. I mainly take care of translating certain texts for him. Mr. Ratchet only speaks English.
Prepare yourself for a shock. Your employer, Monsieur Ratchet, is dead.
So they got him after all.
What do you mean? You are assuming he was murdered?
I know he had enemies.
What can you tell me about Monsieur Ratchet?
He was American. He was an antiques dealer. I don't know much more. Mr. Ratchet never talked about himself or his life. But I think Ratchet wasn't his real name. And he left the United States to run away from something. Or someone.
Yes?
He started getting letters. Threatening letters.
Do you still have them?
I have one.
Did you know that Monsieur Ratchet had asked for my help?
Asked you? No, I didn't know.
He knew he was in danger. When did you last see him?
Last night around 10 o'clock, I should say.
Did you like your employer, Monsieur McQueen?
No, I did not. He was, I'm sure, a cruel and dangerous man.
Can you tell me your movements last night?
I went back to my compartment. I read a little. In Belgrade, I went out onto the platform to smoke, but it was cold. I quickly went back in. I then went to Mr. Ratchet's compartment to take some
He's a
dictation
smoker.
for him. I left around 10 o'clock. I saw Captain Arbuthnot. We ended up chatting in my compartment. Then we went out on the platform to quickly stretch our legs at Vinkovsky. He left around 2 o'clock.
Thank you. I will need to check Monsieur McQueen's story with Captain Arbuthnot. I found a diary in Monsieur Ratchet's safe. Did you know about it?
I kept a business appointment book, but I know he had a personal diary as well. That looks like it.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I've tried to quit, but no luck.
Can you give me this letter, please?
Of course, here it is.
Time to die.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No, he hated the smell of smoke.
Okay. Ah.
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. The murderer may have impersonated Ratchet by calling Monsieur Michel to make it seem that Ratchet was still alive at 12:37 a.m. I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Well, these rooms are nowhere near as nice as first class, eh?
Monsieur Edward Masterman, I believe. May I ask you some questions?
I can barely talk. I have a terrible toothache.
We have a doctor on board the train. Perhaps...
I do not need a doctor. I use essential oils. If you can find my flask of clove oil in my box, I would be grateful.
Fine, if you insist. I will help you.
Which literally...
By the smell, I think that the jojoba oil spilled on the other bottles, leaving their labels illegible. I must find another way to find which one is Masterman's toothache remedy.
Okay, we're gonna weigh... Oh god, it's one of these.
The weighing scale is soaked in jojoba oil.
Die hard with a vengeance.
Unusual. Ah, this old scale will do the job. To start, I must first arrange the vials from the lightest to the heaviest. Now that I know the order, I think that I can easily guess which one is the clove oil. Here is Monsieur Masterman's remedy. Here is your remedy. I hope it will help.
Thank you very much, sir. Ah, well, I can finally speak without too much pain. I'm ready to answer your questions.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's valet?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Were you told that your employer was murdered?
Yes, sir. A very shocking occurrence.
American. 39. And is his valet.
That was easy. At what hour did you last see Monsieur Ratchet?
It must have been around 9 p.m., sir. That or a little after. I went to bed around 10:30 p.m., same as the person who shares my room, Mr. Foscarelli. He almost immediately began snoring.
What did you do then?
I read, sir, and I spent a while soothing my toothache with clove oil and listening to the snoring.
Did you hear anything during the night?
Yes, my roommate's snoring.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir. I have a cigarette now and then to relax.
Tell me about your employer, Monsieur Ratchet.
I've been working for him for 9 months. I should not wish to speak ill of the dead, but he was not a gentleman, sir.
Did you know that he had enemies?
Yes, sir. I heard him discussing some threatening letters, sir, with Mr. McQueen.
Did he mention these letters to you?
He had been reading a letter when I came in. He asked me if I was the one who put it in his compartment. I told him that I had done no such thing, and he should report it to the police at the next station.
How did he respond?
He laughed, sir.
You're joking.
I do not joke, sir.
Forgive me, I can see you do not. Was he taking sleeping pills?
Always when traveling by train, sir. He said he couldn't sleep otherwise. Last night he asked me to give him 2. I did so, along with a glass of water. He dissolved them in the water.
Did you see him drink the water?
No, sir. I left right after I gave him the pills.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No. He finds smokers disgusting.
Can you tell me again why you gave sleeping pills to Monsieur Ratchet?
Yes, I gave him the pills because when he takes the train, he has trouble sleeping. The letter must have worried him. He specifically asked me to prepare the sleeping pills. I didn't see him drink the water with the pills in it.
Monsieur, I believe you are not telling me the truth.
What? How can you say that?
He received threatening letters, one, it seems, last night. Did you know he had a gun under his pillow? And even asked for my help to watch over him? I find it strange that he asked you for sleeping pills when he was afraid for his life and prepared to defend himself.
I'm sure I don't know. Maybe to calm his nerves, maybe out of habit.
It makes no sense.
Wait, please. Isn't it possible that Mr. Ratchet asked me to prepare the pills, but didn't plan to drink them for some reason?
It is possible. but I am a student of character, monsieur. And the Monsieur Ratchet you describe is not the man I met.
If you'll excuse me, my toothache is getting worse again.
Is it
I'm
indeed?
afraid this time you must prepare your own clove oil.
Punch him in the face and the teeth will fall out. What was that? He killed him with a gun. Chip takes the sleeping pills. The murderer enters the room, kills him with a gun, hides under his pillow. Disguises the crime as a crime of passion with a knife. He wastes no. Ratchet takes the sleeping pills. The murderer stabs it. Calls Mr. Shelby Ratchet's life. And to escape, the chain is stuck in snow. He waits. That one.
My little grey cells did not let me down.
Which one's the Queen? Masterson is the tooth.
Very well, I choose to go this way.
I don't think you're a suspect.
According to the information I have, this is a solid choice. This is the most likely answer.
I do need to go and get some food. I should go talk to Mr. Big K. Okay. Mr. Big K is 202. No, this is me. Have we got an inventory? We got a list somewhere, haven't we? No, not mysteries. Inventory. Characters. Oh. Mr. Bouquet, room 101. Ah, okay. Sorry, room 101. Okay, so 101 is back here. Three, two, one. Oh, okay. Second class drinks, dining. No. No. Is that there? Okay. He's in there. Oh, I'm 202. Sorry, being an idiot. That's where the dead man is. The doctor. No, Book. That's the woman. We aren't in there yet. I can go for a quick wee. Dumpy dumpy dum. Oh, that was lovely. Where's Mr. Book? He did all that in front of the guard.
So, my friend, have you found our killer?
Not yet, but I will tell you what I have learned.
Please.
Our assassin could have gotten on the train at Vinkovsky disguised as a conductor, entered Ratchet's room and killed him. Then he walked out through Madame Hubbard's connecting door, where he lost a button from his jacket. He had to wait for Monsieur Michel to be absent. He waited too long. The train had left the station.
He was trapped aboard.
Indeed. He had opened the window to make it look that he'd escaped that way. However, if he waited until the train stopped again due to snow, his footprints would have been found.
The murderer is still among us, on the train.
There's a problem with the second-class toilets.
What now?
All morning passengers have been complaining that the door is locked, so I went to check. I knocked, but no one answered. I didn't think I should open it without speaking to you first.
You did well, Monsieur Michel. Lead the way.
We're going to find the jacket, aren't we?
I use my master key.
But who is she? Is she alive?
She is breathing.
Then if she isn't dead, isn't she our murderer?
That, my friend, is what we must find out.
Okay. Passenger. This is the one who's watching my shit. Joanna Locke.
The ticket reads Joanna Locke, traveling in compartment 105. The ticket reads
Miss, can you hear me? She's breathing. Her pulse is strong. There is no sign of physical violence. This woman is sleeping very soundly. This woman is sound asleep. Given her location, I would say she has been drugged and deposited here.
Well, at least it's not another murder on my train.
The train is, of course, full.
Monsieur, the list I gave you indicates that Hildegard Schmidt shares her compartment.
I will want to talk to her later. For now, we will concentrate on this mysterious young lady. Let's return her to her more comfortable bed.
Good idea. Pierre, locate this woman's room and fetch the doctor.
Yes, sir.
I will question her when she wakes up.
Please, let me know what you learn.
Mademoiselle Locke's compartment is 105. I suggest we return her to her more comfortable bed.
Yes, hopefully she will awaken soon.
Right, he's going to get some food. Do you save here? I can't remember how this works. Save. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah.